From the four lines on the football field to the four lines of your TV, high school football here again, as are we. Our first Friday night hits of the season. I'm Mark Whiteman. This is week 0. Thank you as always for joining us. Primetime matchup in Roebuck, the Dorman Cavaliers and the Greenville Red Raiders. Some kind of opening night. It's our Sparrow Financial Game of the Week, and Julia Morris was there.
Dorman has a rich tradition and has consistently been one of the top programs in the upstate. Greenville has also been a great team over the last few years, with the Red Raiders reaching the 4A Upper State Finals last year for the first time in program history. For the first time in 3 decades, Dorman has a new head coach. Dustin Curtis will be leading the Cavaliers this year. He replaces Dave Gutschall, who retired after last season. A good start for the Curtis era. Dorman's first drive of the game ends with DJ Porter hitting Kaysen Gilliam for a touchdown. Cavs up 7-0. But Greenville's offense also rolling early. On the Red Raiders' first drive of the game, quarterback Jordan Sink throws a dot to Luke Kroll, who gets his toes in for 6. After the extra point, it's a tie game. These teams going back and forth in the first half. With about a minute to go in the first quarter, Hudson Talley throws a beautiful pass to Porter, who has all the room in the world to take it in for a score. Dorman's back on top, 13-7. Greenville's Javion Sherman would score a few minutes later to put the Red Raiders up 1, but Dorman responds with another explosive play. Demarius Foster weaving through traffic, finding a hole, and breaking loose. A 70-yard touchdown run puts Dorman up 20-14. Cavs are up 29-21 at halftime, and Foster making a difference after the break. He scored 2 more touchdowns in the fourth quarter and rushed for more than 300 yards in the game. Dorman wins it 53-28.
I think Demarius Foster's pretty freaking good. That's what I think. I think the kids played their hearts out. A lot of guys stepped up tonight and were a big part of this win.
Dorman plays at North Augusta next Friday. Greenville hosts TL Hanna. At Dorman High School, I'm Julia Morris, WYFF News 4 Sports.
Julia, thank you. How about those Dorman Cavaliers? 3 upstate teams celebrated championships last season. That includes the Daniel Lions on the hunt for a three-peat this fall in 3A, going up a classification with the Greer Yellow Jackets coming to Central. Greer brings back their entire offensive line. Daniel, a bunch of new faces defensively. Also replacing quarterback Trent Pierman, the 2-time Gatorade State Player of the Year. Blaine Simons acquitting himself nicely. He's throwing the ball all over the yard. How about a 53-yard bomb on the Lions' first drive to Jalen Brown-Wallace? That sets up a short score between the duo. Daniel scores on a safety, then gets the offense right back on the field. Simons uncorking another to a wide-open My Son Kelly. He's running for daylight, a 70-yard touchdown. Greer would get on the board. LaDainian Martin, talented young halfback, from 6 yards out, 16-7 Daniel, but the Lions keep the good times going for their 25th straight win, 51-21 over Greer. And the Rams and Raiders ready to roll. Hillcrest hosting Lawrence, 2 high-scoring teams a year ago, but it is the Hillcrest defense, Ram tough. James Raw off his receiver's mitts into Brennan Matthews. Hillcrest goes into the half leading 14-7. The Rams attack so good last season, brought all their skill guys back, and they've got that quarterback too. Bennett Judy, the QB, Logan Coldren, the running back. Drink it in, always goes down smooth. Hillcrest goes up 2 scores, and the Rams rout Lawrence 41-7. 3A in Spartanburg, Chapman Panthers, the Woodruff Wolverines. Big expectations for both. Picked this one up in the third quarter. Game tied at 7. Josiah Moore, deep pass picked off by Easton Birch. The Wolverines, however, would not be able to capitalize. Later in the third, Chapman's Matthias Scott. He runs a fake punt on 4th and 1. He is stuffed by the Woodruff defense, sniffing it out. Chain measurement, 4th quarter now. And this is our USC Upstate play of the week. Woodruff with the ball in the red zone. Game tied at 7. Carson Tucker rolls out, throws a pass that is picked off by Hudson Moss. The game-saving interception. And Woodruff knocks off Chapman in overtime, 13-7. To the scoreboard, Blue Ridge 42-37 over Chesney, and Buford over Blacksburg 41-6. You also have Pickens beating Crescent 31-28, and the Pendleton Bulldogs all over Dixie 41-9. Since reclassifying to 1A in 2020, Southside Christian has not lost a game. 23 straight back-to-back state titles. The Sabres at home against the Tigers from Commerce, Georgia. Only one of SSC's 14 wins last year was by less than double digits, but they're getting all they can handle from the Tigers. Late first quarter, still scoreless. Michael Woodfield popping it in from 10 yards out. The Sabres go up 7-zip, but the Tigers go right down the field. Jaden Daniels takes the pitch down the sideline. He's got some room to run. Commerce would cap the drive with a score. They would take the lead back with less than 4 minutes to go. And Commerce comes to Simpsonville and hands the Sabres their first loss since 2019. 21-17, the final. A stunner there in Simpsonville. Eyes in the sky, never lie. Sky 4 in Williamston. Palmetto and Woodmont Mustangs with the ball. Woodmont's Colton Sutter coming up with the interception. He gets all the way down to the 6-yard line, even gets his helmet yanked off at the back end of the play, but Tristan Berry knows what to do with it from there. Push and P. Wildcats get on the board first. They've got the ball again, still up a touchdown, 7-0. And look at this play by Tanner Hines, who, if you can believe it, is the son of one of our Sky 4 pilots. His dad wasn't in the chopper. He was on the ground watching his son ball as he takes that one all the way back to the end zone for the Palmetto touchdown. The Mustangs win 27-14. Riverside started 6-0 last fall for the first time ever and reached the playoffs for the first time since 2009. Now the Warriors moving from 5A to 4A, aiming to take the next step. On the other sideline, first-year head coach Michael Lancaster spent the last 22 years as an assistant at Dorman. Second quarter, Riverside's up big when Robinson Sanders finds Caden Cosby for a 5-yard touchdown. His friends call him Rob Sanders. Warriors up 40-14. Third quarter, Sanders finding Robinson again. He dices his way in for a 10-yard touchdown. Riverside up 61-14, and they win big over Travelers Rest, 61-21 in this one. Greenwood going east to Columbia and AC Flora High School as Dustin Curtis takes over at Dorman. Ken Floyd replacing him at Flora. Tied at 7 in the second. Heath Moser connects with Jack Purdy, and he's just going to keep on going. That's Purdy, if you're an AC Flora fan, breaks through 4 defenders for the score, 14-7 Falcons. They're on the move again. Moser throwing the jump ball to Jeremiah Smith. How about the defense from Greenwood? But they call that a taunting penalty, and the Falcons punch it in shortly thereafter. They go on to beat Greenwood 38-20. All right, let's drop back in on the scores real quick. Clinton over Batesburg-Leesville 55-20. Abbeville 40-3 beating McCormick, and Emerald beating 96-35-28. Hey, we are taking a quick timeout. More highlights and scores ahead, including history at Fountain Inn as the Fury embark on their inaugural season. With head coach Brett Nichols, it's time for Eric Mitchell Real Estate. Mic'd up.
Let's go, offense, let's go. We're okay, it's okay. Let's go, jog it off. Offense, get ready. You better be freaking hurt reacting like this now. Hey, relax. But you got nothing, then either throw it away, don't take a lick like that. What was our issue backside? Shake it. Gotta go to the next one. Hey, let's go. I certainly hope you're not as injured as you look. Hey, you're good. Get up there with Jake.